What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today I want to talk about something that has honestly been a big topic ever since Harak came out, and that is, who should you really be prioritizing at this point? Because, well, both of them are very strong and both of them are used in the end game. We've shown you guys the past couple days how powerful this hero can be. However, as good as he is in a lot of game modes, and probably you should focus on building him eventually, there's one hero specifically that I feel like is still part of like the best of just about every game mode out there, and that is Phraesto. As we know, Phraesto is used in Dream Realm. He's used in AFK battles. He's used in pretty much all the boss battle comps too, besides like the really crazy ones that are light bearer teams. Harak is definitely up there and fitting in a lot of teams, but you'll notice in a lot of our videos that we're showing these new Dream Realm compositions with Harak, almost every single one of them does have Phraesto in them. And there's one big difference too in the fact that Harak, if you just get him with his core, just his three main abilities, he's not really that impactful. He really doesn't start getting absolutely crazy until he gets Mythic Plus and even further at Supreme Plus. This is one of the few heroes who Supreme Plus, it doesn't sound super crazy necessarily on paper, but really goes snowballing effect crazy. So upon assisting or defeating 2 units, he's going to instantly recover 700 energy. I can't tell you how many times that basically just makes him continue to chain using his ultimate skill. One thing I've really talked about, or I need to talk about more, is how powerful certain heroes can be in Dur's Trials, because as we know, Dur's Trials is super important to get those season charms right there. And you'll notice a lot of the ones on the night side here, the sunset side, they don't actually have him as an up hero. Actually, I don't think any of them really do. I haven't come across any of them that I think have it, which is a little sad. On the sunrise side of things, there have been some that do have him as an upright hero, and as you guys know, you need them to be upright heroes to be really good. But again, I showed you guys the other day the God mode video. He carried us through multiple Dur's Trials all the way to level 40 and is absolutely insane. But again, at the same time, a lot of Dur's Trials, even when he is not a raid up hero, Phraesto is going to be used because of a couple things. When you do get him to Mythic Plus, you can kind of put his illusion out front. The illusion will die. He'll then stun the enemy, and at plus 15, he can re-summon another illusion one more time. That gives a little bit of survivability with your team. The other part that's really important here is the fact that he gives that energy recovery speed behind the main body of the hero, and that's probably one of the most influential things. The illusion, of course, can provide damage reduction, usually not what you're wanting him for, but if we're talking about Dream Realm and we're talking about like the best team so far, granted we haven't gone through all of them since Harak came out, one thing you will notice is most of these teams will still have not Harak, but Phraesto as the best, and the ones that do have, oh, actually, you know what? I haven't shared a lot of these new scores, which I need to actually have them. But a lot of them that do have Phraesto are also the ones that have Harak, but there's a lot of them that have Phraesto and don't have Harak. So I do think overall, your priority should most definitely be 2 heroes before you even go for Harak. As good as he is, I think continuing to build your first hero being Reinier, I think that's the safe bet for a lot of accounts out here. You could maybe say going for Phraesto as your first Celestial / Hypogean is important. Most every one of these Celestial Hypogeans you want to get to at least Mythic Plus, if not Supreme Plus, which is a huge investment, because go from Mythic Plus to Supreme Plus is like an additional 6 copies, and I think it only takes 8 copies to get to Mythic Plus, so you're almost doubling that to get the full use out of the hero. Granted, I will say Phraesto is probably one of the ones that you can get some use out of before getting to that point. You can of course get uses out of Reinier even, because even without the Mythic Plus on him, he's still doing the swap that's adding the healing, which a lot of times in early season, which is going to happen every 4 months, he will become relevant again. And then of course getting him to Mythic Plus, giving him 25% more damage bonus against the enemy boss. Those are really huge, but Phraesto is just that all-around well-rounded hero. He has tank ability, he has damage output, which is surprising. He's probably one of the highest damage output tanks in the entire game, especially when it comes to Dream Realm. He's got utility with stuns and stuff like that. He's got this shield ability when you get him to Supreme Plus. All these things are great for the hero, and as good as Harak is, he really does need heavy investment for him to be good, but when he does get good, he's like the best hero in the game, up there with Phraesto, Tassi, those types of heroes. And again, Mythic Plus and Supreme Plus are absolutely huge on him. I'll show you guys one quick example here of a battle with Harak. So essentially the way I've been running a couple teams is like one team is more Harak focused here and the other one is like a Taylene Tassie type team. So this right here has quickly become like one of my favorite combos. Just having extra damage reduction on him behind the Phraesto I found to be really useful, and I'll show you guys what it looks like here. So we'll kind of slow this down in case you guys didn't check out the other videos. Getting Harak his first kill is super important, and it's really cool how he dives underground, goes invulnerable, and then pops up and knocks the enemy around. He has a lot of soft CC, that like short CC, and then you see right there, he dives under right there, and then he's about to use his ultimate. He's gonna go crazy here once he can crash it up right here. So he dives under one more time, and then there he goes. He casts his ultimate and he starts juggling the target in the air so that he can't do anything. And then he starts comboing onto the next target. After the ultimate ends, because he got a kill, he's going to dive underground, hit the next target, and then watch his energy bar the second a kill happens. Normally you get 200 energy on kill, but even if he gets an assist here, he's immediately going to get a huge boost of energy and he's ready to cast his ultimate once again. So again, this is something that I feel like is really important. And if you guys try to build him after watching a lot of content creators, you're probably going to be a lot disappointed, because you do need to build him all the way. I'm not saying you need to take him as crazy high levels. Like we have him at Paragon 2, we have him at plus 25, even at plus 15 Mythic Plus, and then especially Supreme Plus, he will make a big impact on the battlefield. But I do think Phraesto out of the two is still the go-to for the good majority of people, just because he's so flexible in his utility. And again, I feel like just about everybody in their mother has gone with a Mythic Plus Reiner as the first pick. The nice bonus of this is you only have to go to Mythic Plus. You don't need to take Reiner any further. But if you are starting a new account, skipping the Reiner and going for the Phraesto might actually be a very good play. Now remember, having a Reiner is good in the early season, but as the season prolongs and goes on, and even like now, we're only like what, less than 2 months into the season, or right around 2 months, Phraesto is just that dominant hero that you want to have on your account. I've seen a lot of people like, dang it, I'm just finishing my Phraesto, I can't build Harak. Don't worry about it. You're still in a very good spot with your Phraesto. It's a really good investment, and at least for the time being, he's unmatched in what he does. He's the best AFK pushing tank up there with Almas. Almas has seen a little bit more play, but I still think Phraesto is better. One of the best Dream Realm tank slash damage dealers, one of the best bossers, and even in PvP, he is very good and very flexible on what teams you can build around him. So don't worry about it. He is still the go-to. Harak is maybe the third build up there with Taylene. It's just as we get more and more Celestial and Hydrogen heroes, the question of which one to build next becomes a little bit tougher. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.